You're not going to get 500 great opportunities. You would be better off if when you got out of school here, you got a punch card with 20 punches on it. And every financial decision you made, you used up a punch. You'd get very rich because you'd think through very hard each one.
This Warren Buffett advice made me think of something that I know will change how you see money. Think about this. Do you realize how much money has passed through your hands? Whenever you earn a paycheck, that's money passing. Whenever you pay for a takeout meal, that's money passing through. Or even when you buy that new car you want so bad. Let's think about this for a second. If you make $50,000 a year, over the next 30 years, you'll have had $1.5 million pass through your hands. However, the real question is, how much do you have left of that large sum of money? Chances are, it won't even be close to that number. But there are ways to not just get that $1 million number, but even go beyond it. I've researched Warren Buffett obsessively, and I found some really surprising tips. Turns out, it's actually quite simple, and it all starts with this first tip. Number 1, play the game.
You should understand what you buy. Now, if you buy a farm, you look at the farm and you say, I expect to get so many bushels per acre of corn or soybeans, and you figure out how much that'll be worth, and then you figure out what the price should be.
Most of you have either played or at least heard of the game of Monopoly. It's simple and it's fun, but there's a lot you can learn through it. It's quite similar to what Warren Buffett talks about in the clip here. When you know how to play the game, then you can start making money. And just like a game, the more you learn and practice the game, the better you'll get. In this case, the more you practice with money, like constantly investing, saving, and not spending on unnecessary things, you can truly become wealthy. Number 2, money won't make you confident. Money won't fix your insecurity problems. Unfortunately, spending money may actually make your insecurity worse because you're using a temporary fix with massive repercussions. It's one thing to feel insecure, but it's another thing when you're drowning in debt. If you ever hear Warren Buffett speak, you'll never get the idea that he's insecure. He comes across as confident, but he's been that way long before he ever had any money in his pocket. In fact, he's quoted saying that he's always known he was going to be rich, and that's long before he had his first million. So, when it comes to your insecurities, focus on learning to be happy yourself without money, and then money will start flowing to you since you won't need it to feel better. Number 3, invest in yourself.
Invest as much in myself as you can. I mean, you're your own biggest asset by far. I mean, you've got all kinds of potential. All the people in this room, you're lucky to be in this country, gotten a good education, but most people go through life using up a very, very small part of their potential.
It's easy to forget that the only way to get rich is through your own actions. The truth is that without your own ability in making money, you can never get any riches that you dream of. So, investing in yourself is one of the best places to start when looking to get rich. Sometimes, taking your money to buy things like courses, books, and seminars can help you find huge riches and be happier in life. For instance, Warren Buffett reads 5 to 6 hours a day, and not all of that is about finances. Regardless, it's helped him become one of the best investors ever and help countless other people develop amazing businesses that generate lots of cash. Number 4, hide the fact that you have money. The richest people are the ones that don't look the richest. It could just be another man or woman walking down the street who looks like everybody else. But when you dive deeper into their life, you may find them to have huge net worths. The reason is that rich people know that showing off riches isn't true riches. Sadly, the people who show off riches tend to be the ones in the most debt and living paycheck to paycheck just like the broke people. On top of all that, showing your riches may surround you with people who want to take advantage of it, and you may lose even more. And just a reminder, riches aren't what make you loved by people. You are what makes you loved by people. Take a look at what Warren Buffett has to say about that here.
Charlie and I know a few people that have got a lot of money, and they get testimonial dinners and they get their names on buildings, and the truth is nobody loves them. And not their family, not the people who named the buildings after them. It's sad, and it's unfortunately it's something you can't buy.
Number 5, Expenses increase with age. There are two main reasons that expenses increase with age, and the first is this. When you get older, there's one thing that is always looming around, and that's inflation. The longer you live, the more worthless your money from the past becomes, meaning the more you need to earn to live the same lifestyle you lived a few years ago. The other issue is that as you get older, the desire to own more and live a more comfortable lifestyle becomes present. For instance, you may have a bigger home, but a bigger home means bigger expenses, a bigger mortgage, and a pricier maintenance. It's one of the big reasons that Warren Buffett likes to live as if he's only making $100,000 a year. It keeps his expenses small, he's still comfortable, and he's rich. Number 6, find rich friends.
The right heroes. I mean, I've always been lucky in that respect. And if the people you look up to are going to form your vision of what the world, how you want to be in later life.
Just like Warren Buffett said here, who you respect and look up to in life is what you can expect to become. That means if you're surrounded by people who are truly rich, chances are you'll follow in their footsteps soon enough. If you look at people who are broke, then you'll end up like them too. Of course, the challenge is this. How do you befriend rich people? This will take some effort, but reaching out through seminars, taking courses, or even just commenting on YouTube videos about finance can help you find people who've already succeeded with wealth. As a final point, listen to this. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. Warren Buffett. Number 7, don't fly first class. First class flights are unbelievably expensive. Funnily enough, you can take the same flight with a little less comfort for a significantly cheaper price. It all depends on your state of mind. If you want to save money and become truly rich, then take the economy class. But if you want to be broke forever, then keep buying first class. Number 8, recessions are a great time to invest.
Because most people, most of your listeners are savers, and that means they'll be net buyers, and they should want the stock market to go down. They should want to buy at a lower price. And
going back just 3 years, you can find a huge market dip during the COVID pandemic. But what happened after? The market soared to all-time highs, and you would have made a huge profit buying at a discount. If you look back over the last 20 to 30 years, you'll find that most successful investors, like Warren Buffett, have always bought when the market was at a huge deficit and have since only profited big time because of it. Number 9, study politicians. It's one thing to support a party, but have you ever asked why? It's good to support their views, but it's equally important to support this overlooked element. If anything truly impacts you, it's the financial policies politicians look to pass. If the policies will aid you and the country as a whole, then you'll benefit hugely from what they offer if they're elected. So, instead of relying on empty promises, make sure to collect data on their financial proposals and adjust your savings style to that. Number 10, control your emotions. It's normal to think that intelligence is the key to getting rich.
It's a temperamental quality, not an intellectual quality. You don't need tons of IQ in this business. I mean, you have to have enough IQ to get from here to downtown Omaha, but you do not have to be able to play three-dimensional chess or be in the top leagues in terms of bridge playing or something of the sort. You need a stable personality.
Control your emotions. It's normal to think that intelligence is the key to getting rich, but it's just not true. Just like Warren Buffett said, the top quality is temperament, or the ability to control your emotions in times of stress. It's almost happened to everyone who's invested that when they see the market tank, they sell their shares only for the shares to skyrocket a few weeks later. This even happens in personal finance, for things like savings or budgeting. For instance, you can get swooned and buy some useless product on impulse, only to realize it was a horrible purchase. However, a way around this and your new best friend is to give yourself time before making a choice. Number 11, think long term. Warren Buffett is a huge supporter of buying and holding companies forever. As he said, his favorite holding period is forever. So, when you start your journey to riches, don't think you'll be rich tomorrow or even in 3 years, but expect to build your empire over a decade or more. The more consistently you apply your plan, like putting money into savings and investing every single month, the faster you'll grow your riches to the point that you'll never have to worry about money again. Number 12. Live below your means. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. This quote is from Warren Buffett and highlights one of the most underutilized words ever. That word is no. As someone who's trying to save, learning to use this word as often as you can makes you rich way faster than you could ever imagine. For example, when you want to buy that new iPhone, you can save yourself $1,000 just by saying that two-letter word. It's simple and extremely effective. Number 13. Start small. One of the biggest pitfalls of people new to saving and budgeting is that they try to do too many changes at once. We need time to adapt to change, and that's why starting small can make all the difference. If you want to make your saving habit last, make small changes. For example, start out by changing one habit you find is using up a lot of your money. If you eat out 4 times a week, then change that to only 2 or 3 times. It's easy enough to do this, and then you can turn it into a consistent habit you can build from. Number 14. Money is neutral. Some people believe that money is the root of all evil, but that's not true. Money itself is neutral and has no morality attached to it. Understanding this can massively change how you approach your growth to wealth. Money doesn't favor those who are good or bad, but the people who get rich are the ones who know how to use the neutral party's money to get them on their side. To prove my point further, listen to this. Of all the billionaires I've known, money just brings out the basic traits in them. If they were jerks before they had any money, they're simply jerks with $1 billion. Anyone can get rich, and that includes you. All you need to do is follow the tips in these videos and make sure you keep watching, because the best is yet to come. Number 15. Don't let your money idle. Think of money like your muscles. The more you work out, the bigger and stronger your muscles get. But the more you do nothing, the weaker they get. Money is the same in the sense that if you leave your money in the bank account to do nothing, it doesn't grow and loses purchasing power. But if you get your money to work out through things like investing, it'll go stronger and bigger. If we continue this comparison, then Warren Buffett is basically the 5th strongest person in the world, since he's the 5th richest. Number 16. Win more by learning more. It's one thing to learn things, but just learning may not give you the edge to truly gain money. The truth is that the economy is getting tighter and tighter, and finding opportunities is getting harder. That's not to mention how competitive the job market is now. Fortunately, there are ways to learn skills that are unique and will make you special. There are tons of free or cheap courses, books, and YouTube videos that can help you get started ahead of the population and make you indispensable. Number 17. Focus on you. While I'm mentioning a lot about rich people like Warren Buffett, try not to compare yourself to them or anyone else rich. It's good to look up to them, but you need to live a life the way that it fits your finances right now. Doing that will allow you to truly get rich in the time frame and the way that most suits your current lifestyle, basically making it possible for you to do it. Number 18. Learn a skill that's rare. Consumerism is higher than ever, and so are the amount of people who can do mundane jobs. However, there are jobs in the market that are highly sought after, but few people have the skills. For example, learning to code is becoming one of the most useful traits, but very few people have the expertise and skills to get these jobs. Did I say how well-paying these jobs are too? Warren Buffett learned a skill that was relatively rare during his time, and look where it got him today. Chances are you can get there too. Number 19. Money flows to those who can handle it. To make money, you need to find ways for it to flow to you. Typically, this is through a service that helps people and makes their lives easier. If you want money to flow to you, then find a side hustle that can allow money to flow from people's hands into your own, which can skyrocket you to riches. Number 20. Money is for life. As long as you live, money will be a part of your life whether you like it or not. This is why people like Warren Buffett still work to this day. Instead of being bogged down by the thought, they figure out how to make the most out of making money. In Warren Buffett's case, he keeps making money so that when he passes, he can donate it all to charitable causes. The question is, what do you want to earn money for your life? Which of these 20 rules do you already do well? What about the ones you lack? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to continue on your road to financial success, then be sure to watch the next video.